I love it when there's a Sam Raimi flick in theaters. For better or worse, that means he's in the spotlight and, getting introduced to new fans, which is just great. And Sam Raimi's always been a favorite of mine. In fact, recently when watching the new Doctor Strange, I realized for the first time that he really likes to use witches in his movies, in a lot of his movies. I never really put that together. Huh. And of course it got me thinking about his other films, his lesser known films if you will. But one out of the bunch, I always felt transcended the Raimi film, so to speak. Even more so than his takes on other genres. A film in Raimi's arsenal that I feel is among his best. And I think that's because with a simple plan, we get a perfect storm of actors and filmmakers alike, including writer Scott B. Smith, who of course was adapting his own novel here.
Oh my God, look at this!
Those are $100 bills.
I bet it's drug money.
You know, what if this guy's a dope dealer or just like Robin Hood?
It's the American dream in a gym bag. He just wants to walk away from it.
You work for the American dream, you don't steal it.
Then this is even better.
And as a Sam Raimi fan, this one is a lot of fun to rewatch, so you can try to spot all the Raimi-isms. Copyright 2022 Eagle Bauer Industries. It's difficult to say if it's Sam Raimi's best overall film, though, as it does feel a bit strange for Sam. Perhaps the reason is that Sam Raimi himself had little to do with pre-production, as the project had been in development for some time, having names like Ben Stiller and Scott Rudin in the director's chair previously, and even saw Nick Cage cast in the lead. So nearly at the last minute, they hired on Sam Raimi, who saw it as a chance to kind of break away from his previous stylings. But regardless, this really does play out as a spot-on thriller, and it's easy to forget at times that it's a Sam Raimi movie, that he's behind it all. I'd like to see a De Palma version of this or something. But not too long goes before you are reminded who is behind the camera. And along with a perfect score by none other than Danny Elfman, I mean shit, again, perfect movie.
Want me to burn the money? I am not going to prison over this.
It really makes for a fun ride, and oh yeah, it's pretty damn funny too.
Oh, shut the fuck up, Dave! Get out, asshole!
You should one, man.
You better get the fuck out of here, man!
I'd put this performance from Billy Bob Thornton on par with his work in Sling Blade, as Billy Bob just completely disappears on screen.
God, Hank, I've never even kissed a girl before.
And while not the main character, I mean he kind of is, as he becomes our conduit into this twisted morality tale. And the chemistry between him and Paxton is just, well, it's just beyond.
Usually one out of every 60 or 70 screenplays you read really has something that makes you stick with it to the end, I'm one of these, I read the first 10 pages and maybe the last 2 or 3 pages, just to see, because you can kind of tell usually. And I was engrossed, from the moment I started the script. And it's one of the best screenplays I've ever read.
Billy Bob Thornton would go on to receive an Academy Award nomination for Best Supporting Actor. And Scott B. Smith would also be nominated for Best Adapted Screenplay. As for Bill Paxton, rest in power, one of my all-time favorite actors. Well, he too slowly disappears on screen as his character becomes one of the most morally depraved leads of all time. Trust me, Paxton really pulls out his bag of tricks and leaves a real impression here. And between this and his own film Frailty, well, he became an instant favorite of mine. And the supporting cast again here is just stellar, with top-notch character actors like Brent Briscoe, Gary Cole, as well as reuniting Sam Raimi with Bridget Fonda, who also has one of the most heartbreaking transformations and overall arcs of her career. She was brilliant taking this role. This movie really does make for a great double feature with the Corey Haim film Without Malice. I'll link it below if you have the time.
I wish somebody else had found that money.
And for everyone involved, it really was a career-defining film, in so many ways. However, I do wish it got more attention, as I think it has one of the most compelling final acts in the genre, and the conclusion of the story is just so damn real. It's a very original crime thriller. However, there are enough Raimi trademarks there to keep the average Sam Raimi fan happy as well. The kind that they just don't make anymore, and there's plenty all around for everyone else. It really is a flawless movie.
It's like there's two sides now. We're all in this together, man. If you had to pick right now, who would it be? You're my brother.
From now on, we have to be thinking ahead all the time.
To someone who's been properly trained, there are many ways to detect a liar.
I highly recommend A Simple Plan for anybody who loves film. But the question remains, is this Sam Raimi's best film? Well, I'd say almost. But I just can't leave Evil Dead 2 out in the cold like that. I'd say A Simple Plan is his best non-horror film, that's for sure. And what would I say is Sam Raimi's overall worst film? Well, that's easy.